Invitación, Templo del Rock.
Or so. I had a Fender P bass, and it just has this pickup that wasn't on. And Fender P bass sounds great and it's amazing, but I also like the Gibson bass, and Gibson had an EVO pickup right here, neck position, super deep low end. Fender, Gibson. Super deep low end. So together, nice low end and a top also. So at first I only had one amplifier. When I put the pickup in, I didn't know how to wire. I was just a little kid. So I chiseled a hole in my bass, put the pickup in. I didn't know how to wire it to make both pickups into one. So I made two, and then use two chords. And sometimes people hear with their eyes, and so they'd see the two chords, and they'd think, wow, it's twice as powerful. It must be double the bass, unbelievable. There's a little mental manipulation. And generally, I played in three-piece bands. So we needed to have we didn't have a keyboard or rhythm guitar. So we needed somebody to make those extra sounds, to make some songs sound good. So we would with the distortion. We used to do Burn by Deep Purple, and I would do the keyboard solo on bass. Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas, and I would do the keyboards there. Play Schizoid Man by King Crimson, and in the song there was a little soprano sax note in the middle of the riff. It didn't sound right without that, so I added it. So it saved us from hiring extra musicians. So if you make $100 and you're in a three-piece band, that means you make $33 each. If there's four guys, you only make $25 each. And if there's five, there's only 20. So we were cheap, and we wanted to make some money. So we kept the three-piece. And so that distortion helped to mimic sometimes the sound of a rhythm guitar, sometimes keyboard, sometimes sax, violin, like on Teenage Wasteland by Bo O'Reilly. So I do the violin solo with the amp just because it kind of worked. So that helped to expand what I could do. Now I can turn it into a normal bass easy. Just turn that distortion off. So what I do is I use two separate amps. One amp for this, one amp for that. This amp is all low end. This amp, not much low end, but together. Makes sense?
The mic goes for the bridge pickup.
And the mic goes for the bridge pickup, the mic on the amplifier. Que el amplificador que lleva el micrófono es para el micrófono del puente, del bajo.
Yes. Because it sounds more, the distortion direct is too bright. So we run it through a speaker and mic it. So it sounds more smoother distortion. It's a little harsh right now from what I hear because it's a bright room, but that's the idea. The other one I can go direct because it's just super deep low end. So anyone can get two amps. The high amp doesn't need to be large at all, it's very small. Take your regular bass amp, borrow your guitar player's small amp, take a Y connector, split, make the hi-hat, turn the bass off, take the low amp, and turn the treble off. And that's the idea. Now I can do volumes here, more handy. But it's many people have done the same thing. John Paul Jones with Led Zeppelin, he took his jazz pickups and split them to 2 amps. John Entwistle, 2 amps. All of the early alembic basses, like Stanley Clarke plays, they all had dual output. Rickenbacker bass is an output called Rico Sound. It's a stereo plug, each pickup to 2 amps. So it's not an uncommon thing to use that as a solution for good sound. In the PA system, there's tweeters and woofers. They separate. It's more efficient if the frequencies are split up. Same idea. Much more efficient. The highs come out of one amp, lows out of another. Make sense? Okay?
Thank you very much.